Our faith means everything to us. There's so much that I can think about in life that's so heavy. But if I just have faith and trust God, I would be hopeless if I didn't think I could see my husband again. My dad, who was already there. They have come to the fruition of eternity. And so I just can't even imagine a life where I didn't have the hope of that eternal promise. And I'm just so grateful for that. So we bring that faith into everything we do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we were actually talking about that yesterday, and just about how much this experience here at the ocean reminds us of how big this universe really is and how big our God is and what that means, and kind of our deep thoughts about those things.
We're small on this globe, but we are huge to the God who loves us. Jesus loves us so much. He doesn't force himself upon us. He just wants us to live loving him, and that's his invitation, and to live a holy life, whatever that is. There's so many things we all make mistakes. We're all doing something we shouldn't do, I would say. I mean, I'm old enough to know. No. And so I just want to...
And it's not about that. It's not about being perfect.
No.
It's about becoming more like him.
Yes. I want to know, what is it that he wants my life to look like?
Yeah.
And that holiness is what I search for every day.
And that's the hope that we live with, and that's what we want to share with everybody else, is the hope and the peace that comes with that, and also God's love that we can share with other people through our everyday lives. That's what we hope to do.
I wanted to take a moment and talk about, we get asked a lot about our faith and why it's important to us and what it means. And this is Easter Sunday, so it's the perfect day to answer those questions that we get. It's really very important that we be able to explain why we believe what we believe. And for us, it became much more solidified, I guess you could say. It's deeper now that we really walked my husband, Emmy's dad, to heaven. You know, the day he went home to heaven, it was just hard but beautiful. To us, Jesus is so much more than a religion, so much more than a good teacher. It's just not even a question for us. That even modern day scholars agree that he was real, that he was really crucified, that he really taught what he did. And just looking at all the evidence of people who shared that later, and their stories were corroborated, and the fact that he fulfilled hundreds of prophecy that were said before he was even born. God came in my place, in your place, to take away the sting of death forever. Knowing that I will see my husband again someday soon, perfectly healed, and all of God's beautiful heavens. I honestly don't know what I would do if I didn't have that hope. I've had that hope all my life. It just became even more real, to a depth I can't even describe. And so I don't know what I would do without that hope. I don't think I would make it. And so to know that, it just gives me an incredible peace. There are several miracles that happened during the 10 or so weeks from the time of his diagnosis with no symptoms until right before, just 2 weeks before, to the time he went home to heaven. It was just beautifully full of miracles. I don't even really know how else to say it. We've shared some of those. We'd like to share them with you all. We really have that hope that just can't be taken away from us. And so our faith guides us daily. It gives us joy when things are so incredibly hard. And so we just appreciate anyone that comes along who appreciates that joy. We really appreciate you guys coming alongside us and enjoying the parks with us. And you can't come all the time. We want to show you the parks and give you joy. You come all the time like we do, we still want to share the joy. It's just all about joy to us. So thank you for joining us along this journey, because that's what it is for sure. And just know that Jesus is our hope, and he can be your hope too. And I pray that he is, because there is no peace that feels like the peace of knowing we will be with God someday, and we will be with our loved ones.